What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Subnautica. My name is Splattercat and I'm happy to have you here today as we hang out for a little while, and I went and I gathered a bunch of materials, so I have all kinds of goodies going on right now so that we can actually get started making some of our base objects. So let's get on out here. I'm like, you don't have to call this a base object. I mean, obviously I think there's some moral ambiguity in what I do, but I don't think that I would be qualified as base. That seems like a bit much. I'd be like, it's not medieval times, calm down. Everything's all good. If it was medieval times right now, I would be sitting at a table eating with my hands and watching knights fight, and it would be the best. Oh, you can decon things? That's weird. I never realized you could do that. Apparently, you can deconstruct things. Alright. I don't know if... So I gotta connect things here. Let's connect some dots, shall we? So on this side... What I'd like to do is if we make this 5 long, make another corridor right here. There it is, another corridor created. We can do a T corridor. That's the wrong way. I want you to face the other way. How do I change? There we go. That's what I wanted. And so we put you in right there. I don't think that you connect right there. That's concerning. Why aren't you connecting? Do I have to make a connector or something to make that work? Like a hatch, maybe? Or does it not work like that? That would suck. So we need a fragment analyzer. What's the difference between a specimen analyzer and a... I mean, I get what they're going for right there, but either way. What does a ladder do? What does a ladder allow us to go after? Like, can I build... Hatch? I demand that you let me inside you. It's kind of weird. There we go. So now that I'm inside of here, how does a ladder help me? Doesn't look like you can build it inside. Maybe it's just a blank item for right now. It looks like it might be a blank item. Maybe it doesn't work yet. I don't know. All I really wanted was to connect all these things, and the corridor does not appear to be a there it is, so maybe you gotta get it to... Maybe I didn't put it close enough. Maybe that was just my fault. Let's find out. Because I prefer the T corridor right here. Or maybe you have to get to the end? Maybe that's why it's not working? Or... I think I know what I can do. So I would have to replace the existing one. And so it would have to be like this right here. And hopefully that doesn't flood out both of those pieces. It'll make it like so. There we go. That's better. Okay, you just gotta figure out what it likes. You gotta figure out what it needs, what it wants, what it desires. And then from there we go another T corridor right there. Oh, this is gonna be so sick! Our sprawling underwater sea base! Can I do, like with the L corridors, can I make these go up? Can I please? I can't make them go up, can I? That's disappointing, because I sort of wanted to make it go up. Well, ow, little bastard, get the hell off me. Alright, well, let's get some oxygen real fast.
30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Oh, that goes up way slower in here. It's okay. We still got stuff that we need to craft. So if I go back in here... This is kind of cool. This is kind of cool. I'm digging it. So let's go with a power generator. It takes 4 titanium. Oh, that's big. So without the floor space... See, that's what I was wondering. Like, how do you get the power generator? Can the power generator go outside? Does it have to be attached, maybe? Or does it... Do I have to run wiring, maybe? How does that work?
Blood nutrient levels decreasing.
Because we've got room out here. How very odd. I don't know. I'll deconstruct it in a minute if this doesn't work. This all seems kind of janky to me, though. So if that's working now, do I have energy in here? I do. Okay. Well, I wish there was a way you could expand out the columns maybe and make this thing a little bit thicker. Like, because I do feel like there should be some way to make this wider. Like, the corridors don't seem like they're large enough for me to fit a lot of the stuff that I need. I mean, it's fine that we can put the generator right there. It's a little bit ugly looking, and I may move it around so that it's in a less conspicuous place, like maybe on top of that right there. I don't know. We gotta go eat something, though. It looks like we're starving to death here. And so if we go track down some food, that'd be great. I've got all the salt that I need. I don't think there's anything in there. We're looking on titanium, by the way, pretty well. Okay, so let's grab like 3 of those. Let's go catch some fish, shall we? I don't know what we're trying to grab right now, but there's something out here that what the hell was that? Sand shark, maybe? Something that probably wants to hurt me? I mean, just about everything in this game is pretty stoked about your death. Then again, I'd be stoked about something's death too if it meant that I got to eat for another day and that I didn't die a horrible underwater death. So you just got to look at that, like, you got to look at it in that context. Like, me dying allows the other thing to live. It doesn't mean that I'm going to, like, really go out of my way to die right now. But what it does mean is that at least the cycle goes on, huh? A little bit of a biking reference right there. Yeah, who doesn't like riding bikes? I need to acquire a bike. I just haven't done it yet. I need to acquire, quote unquote, a bike. My neighbor offered to sell. My neighbor's a bike thief. I don't know if I've mentioned this. Have I brought it up before? I can't remember if I've actually brought that up before. It's like one of those weird things that I've talked about with like so many people at this point. You ever have a story that you tell to like so many people that you can't remember who's heard it and who hasn't, and therefore you just avoid telling it because you don't want to double up? That's a very real possibility when you work on YouTube. Like, you start worrying about it constantly. At least I do. I'm always worried about the fact that I might like retell a story that people have already heard. Like, most of the time I know that I'm doing it and it's in like a different series, and I'll call it out beforehand and be like, some people have heard this already, let me tell it again. But most of the time, I'm actually pretty paranoid about it, not repeating myself, so. Alright, so that's looking good right there. We got that covered. I think that... What do I want to do next? I don't know what I want to do next. It's kind of like one of those weird times where... we need to continue gathering up... I guess, let me see what's inside this storage over here. So there was already food inside of here. I'll take the titanium for sure. Give me that. We got gold. We got the blasting powder. We've got magnesium in here somewhere. I should probably make the welder too, just in case our base starts taking damage. And then... I like what we have going on. What the hell was that? Oh, that was a little freaky. Whatever. Not going to think about it for too long. Thinking about things for too long makes my brain hurt, and I can't put my attention on one thing for that long without it being like, sting! That's the sound that stinging makes. It goes, sting! You're like, ah! Can I move the sea moth down to here? I would love to move the sea moth down to here. Oh, it's only got 4% energy, you say. Well, then we better be efficient about our transfer, shall we? Let's go! Please don't run out of energy. You'd think that once it got like a solid glide going, you wouldn't have to worry about it anymore. There we go. That's all that I wanted. We'll dock that in there. I don't know if it drains off energy from this thing. Oh, it does. It siphons off energy from our base. Oh, don't do that. Lame. Do the lights go out in here once the energy runs out? Because I'm pretty sure the energy's going to... Oh, it only costs you like 20% to refuel it. Okay. I thought it was going to actually do like a 1-for-1 exchange, and I was about to be like, no! I was about to panic and just freak out and be like, why? So we need a rebreather. I don't know what that does for us. It says that it negates... depth and environment breathing effects. I guess as you go further and further underwater, maybe the compression, maybe the pressure makes it harder for you to breathe or something, and so it makes your air less efficient. I don't know. The lead kit is probably up next. We should finish the base first, though. Let's finish the base first, and then once the base is all done, we'll make our lead suit. And after the lead suit has been crafted, I think we'll be in a very, very solid spot. So for right now, we need to go titanium hunting because we are lacking titanium at the moment. That is the one piece of the equation that we no longer have. Bad guy over there. I'm always a tad nervous about going over in this direction because I've heard that there are large reapy things over here, and I have no desire to have the scythe taken to my flesh. There are a lot of things that want to kill me, but for some reason the ones that are 30 feet long and filled with rage and malice are the ones that I fear. Alright, so everything's back down in here. On the plus side, where the hell at it? What is this? Ooh. Little biome transfer cave over here. It's odd that there's no crash fish down in here either. Huh. Okay, so apparently we got something cool by our base like that now too. Where is my... There it is. Awesome. Underneath these subtle tones of blue, it's difficult for me to distinguish what anything is while I'm running around here. Probably need to make another fabricator too. Might not be the worst plan. But the one that's inside of here is doing perfectly fine right now. So inside the fabricator, we need to make ourselves some glass. We'll get that out of our inventory. There we go. That'll clear out pretty much a fistful of quartz that we had going the entire time. Make things a little bit clearer. And then turning the scrap metal into titanium. I do like that they've transitioned the system over where you aren't using like mass amounts of metal anymore. You actually just like turn the metal into titanium. I like that system, and I'd like it even better if they made it slightly random what metals you got out. Like sometimes you got 2 titanium, a copper, and like really rarely like a gold or something. I don't know, mix it up a little bit. It seems awesome to me. Let's jump down into here, and we have got some work to conclude. I believe that what I want to do now... Let's be a little curvy about this whole thing, yeah? Let's go with a L corridor. Will that actually loop back into itself right there? Doesn't look like it will. Let's loop it out that way then. Okay. Now that that's been looped. I hate those little fish. Those little sucky fish are the worst. They are sucky. They are very sucky, to quote Elf. Let's go, and every year, that's like one of my family traditions, is we watch Elf every year around Christmas. So what does an X corridor do? Okay. It used to be a corridor. Now it's just a broken shell. Let's put one right there, because why not? Let's make this all confusing and as ridiculously complicated as possible. Die! I stab you! Why are you not dying? Alright, that's unnerving. He's become immune! They have finally defeated us. They've become too powerful. We must run. We must flee! I could do like a weird loopy thing right there, but instead I think I'm just going to go for a straight corridor. There it is. So I can't place those in between, huh? Looks like no would be the answer to the question, but... That's pretty cool. I like our base for right now. I hope they put in just like decorations that you can use at some point. I think that'd be a lot of fun, just like random decorations and things. So let's say that I wanted to put in a window. How does that work? Oh, it just takes up one of these spots? Okay, well let's find a better place for it then. I thought that maybe I could put a window in on the end right here so that you could look out the edge of the hatch, but I guess that doesn't work. It's just what I wanted to do. It's not what was required. Well, then that makes me think I should get rid of this X junction right here. And then instead what I'll do is I'll just put a corridor right there. There we go. And so now when it comes to the window installation, I think it takes a lot of glass to make the window. Yeah, it takes a fair... Oh, you can put it on any of those spots right there. Oh, so that's how it works. These are actually little mod slots for the building itself. Okay. That's kind of interesting. I'm going to drop it. I think it actually canceled out. I can't put it right there. Why can't I put it right there? What happened? Oh, that's weird. I don't know what just occurred right here. But something occurred. Let's get our oxygen back. So we still have our 2 glass. It used up my glass, I think. Maybe? I don't know what's going on. Maybe I can do it from inside. Let's try it from inside. Maybe it'll like it better from in here. I don't know. It was lit up green just a second ago. And so this could be our viewport right here. Why won't it let me do it now? It likes these slots, but it doesn't like these ones. I wonder what... They were just green a minute ago. Wow. Alright, well, I don't know what's going wrong here, but something is definitely going wrong. I guess I'll put in a glass panel right there to make it a little bit more... Yeah... Give a little bit of illumination so that we can look out and kind of see what's happening. If only we could find the laser cannons now that we can install on this thing. So ba-choo, 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 and wipe out our foes. Obviously with blue lasers, because the blue lasers, they represent freedom, happiness, and understanding. We need glass for a locker? Ew, why do you need glass for a locker? I'll probably just drop one right there. We'll just keep all kinds of rando stuff inside of it. I don't know, just like a toolbox for us to use. I would really, really like for them to come up with a way that you could have some large, like, social areas, like big circular rooms and things like that, so that you could actually put in couches and, like, random... I don't know, I like decorating. I've said this before. I like decorating. It makes me happy. So now that we've got that done, we need to go out and find some more quartz, because that's going to be our limiting reagent. And on the opposite end, we could also probably use some more titanium. So come along with me as we continue our base. This is probably going to be the endeavor that'll eat up a couple of episodes, just because I really, really, really enjoy fiddling with my living space. And so it's something that I want to spend time on because it makes me happy. If you don't, then I would suggest skipping forward a few episodes when we get back to the interesting stuff like the deep diving terror that awaits us in the darkness. But for right now, now's not the time. Shh, now's not the time. There's some metal over there on that side. I grab a you, and you come along with me. See some more quartz right there. The sheer amount of quartz farming I end up doing every time I want windows and things is a little bit concerning. I think the reagent level might be set, or I guess the amount that you need. I like the system back before, I don't know. It's a random decorative thing, so I think glass should be easier to make. I think what they were leaning towards when they designed it was they made it that you needed a lot of quartz because, oh, there's some... Shit. Dodge that vent right there real fast. Let's go back up to the surface. Yeah, the music changed. So I think there's actually a... Well, the music changed to the creepy underwater music. But anyways, as I was saying, I think they made glass difficult to get because it's a major component in a lot of the other random stuff that you build. But that kind of hurts you when you're building stuff... Okay, so we'll duck this vent. Realistically, you couldn't be right here. You'd boil to death. It'd be bad. It'd be real bad. There's a little bit of a... What is this? Nothing? Oh, man. So now I'm trying... I was hoping there'd be some kind of treasure or something good down in here. I don't know. Whenever I duck death in order to get to a location, I like to assume that maybe I'll get some kind of comeuppance out of it. But anyways, I think that what they should do is they should leave the reagents where they are for enameled glass. Maybe double the reagents, or at least make it so that you need 2 glass and 1 enamel to make the enamel glass. That way, it still keeps the reagent level up when it comes to creating the Cyclops. And then they should lower it to only taking 1 quartz in order to make normal glass or something like that, so that you can actually decorate your house without having to spend like absurd amounts of time out farming quartz. Watch out for our lovely little crashy friends down in here. Get some titanium off that wall, yes please. They should make a recycling unit for all these extra scrap pieces too, like these sea moth fragments. There should be a recycling unit so that once you find the fragments that you already have... Have I caught one of those boomerang fish yet? I don't know if I have. He's got kind of like a suggestive mouth, but I'm not going to bring that up. Not in polite conversation. Luckily, most of my conversation is impolite, so it shouldn't be a problem. However, how much quartz have I managed to bag right now? Not enough. Just not enough. The inventory constraints are going to be the other problem. What it takes you in order to get all this stuff done is actually a considerable amount. It's very, very difficult to get the quartz together to make the glass, which is where I'm leaning towards the fact that I think they should probably make it easier to get glass, but do a little bit of arithmetic kung fu to make it so that it's equally as difficult to get enamel glass. I was going to say, I thought the boomerang looked kind of new. I don't think I had caught him yet. As I recall, the boomerang is not worth anything, though. I don't remember hearing, hey, that's not very polite of you right now. I don't think the boomerang is actually worth that much nourishment. I think it probably gives you like 5 or 6%, which is something, but it's not really worth, given the fact that we have a limited amount of salt like on our map, it's not worth the expenditure. So for right now, let's make the glass. Alright, a little bit more. And I know that I have some in the box down there. It might be worth it for us to sprint on over and clear out some of these. I love our base. Our base is badass as hell. I'm digging the shit out of our base right now. And the hole is getting deep. Let's grab that quartz right there. I think that might be my last one, though, unless there's a couple in here. Oh, there are. There's a couple in there. Good. So that's not divisible by 3, so it doesn't really matter. So we'll go back like so. Let me get the salt. I'll eat the boomerang right now. That'll help us keep our nourishment up for a little while, which is good. And I think back behind the thrusters is where we want to go for the deep biome, which is the one that I've been concerned about. Let's go. Yeah, we'll get the glass done. That's fine. So now that everything's looking nice and smooth and glassy, that gave me 3 glass, right? Okay, so I have 3 glass right now. The other thing that I wanted to do is I wanted to chow down on a boomerang. So let's eat his face off. Nom 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 nom. Alright, boomerang, you give 21. Actually, that's not too bad. Maybe it got a buff. I remember I thought the boomerangs weren't worth much, but maybe that's just me being mean towards the boomerangs. It's possible. Let's finish our cabinet down in here. Alright. How much space does that buy me? Buys me quite a bit, which makes me happy. So now that that's there, a reinforcement. What does a reinforcement do? It just makes the place, like, less breakable? Okay. That seems alright. I personally think we could use another window. I'm a fan of being able to see outside. I don't know, it freaks me out when I can't see outside. What is this window view gonna look like? Oh, that lets me see outside. That works out perfectly fine then. As long as I've got some kind of viewport over here, it makes me happy. I would like to... There's not a whole lot of things to build anymore, so a fabricator in here would be nice, but... I mean, we already have one, so... It takes titanium. Might as well. Might as well. It'll take a little bit of the power strain off dealing with our... It'll take some of the power strain off dealing with our Cyclops right now. So that's fine. Whatever. That's all good. Realistically, I'd like to turn this all into glass so that as we walk through this place, it all looks nice and beautiful. But that's going to be one of those things that I'm absolutely going to have to do off camera because the sheer amount of quartz farming or the amount of quartz cheating I'm going to have to do in order to get that done in a timely manner approaches the it approaches the point of absurdity, I guess. So we've built this base, but there's not a whole lot of stuff to build inside of it. I may take some of my crates and just drop those in there. Make it look nicer, but I think we pretty much got things done that we needed to do. A couple of reinforcements might be a good way to get rid of some of this titanium that I'm carrying around so I don't have to store it for later. So let's go in through here and we'll play around with reinforcement. I think it just increases the total HP of your base. And so having reinforced that wall, yeah, I think it just gives you more HP. That's all that it does. Cool. Looks kind of nice. I mean, as nice as it can look, I guess. I like having extra HP, though. I don't think anything's going to attack us. I think this is more one of those things you try to accomplish if you're building a sea base, like way down in one of the deep biomes where things frequently attack. And in that situation, you would want to go ahead and build a whole bunch of the reinforcements. But, they work out pretty good. Alright, so we need batteries. I think we need a couple of power cells before we get going. So I'll probably get on that. No, that's not what I wanted. Go back through there. Alright, so let's get a couple of power cells going. I'm going to refill the energy over here. I'm going to gather as many things as I can in order to make this happen. I think there was still some copper left over there, too. Grab some quartz along the way, too, if we see it. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so that makes 4 batteries right there. That leaves me with the remainder. I do wish that we could move this around and, like, tow it in some way to another location. It might be more useful. But is there any copper left in here? I sincerely hope there is. There's only silver. Okay. It's not too big of a problem. Just means that we'll have to deep dive for a little bit. Let me see if we can find some nodes around here that we can mine off. Copper is usually pretty forthcoming, so... Titanium. Watch, now we're going to get like 8 titaniums in a row. Every single time. Titanium. Titanium. This would be a lot easier if I could see where the dam. Get it? If I could see where the dam were in the ocean. Oh my god, it's punny. It's super, super punny. Alright, now that we have excavated all of the hair bumps out of this tunnel. Oh my god. There we go. I'm just going to keep mining these. Underwater mining. This seems like the kind of job that would be very, very dangerous. The kind of job that you apply for and you get hazard pay, but you're probably not going to live long. It's like underwater welding. It's just like all the horrible things happening to your body can't even be like categorically related to. You're like, this is just a bad idea. No matter how you rectify it, this is a terrible, terrible idea. Yeah, you're going to earn a lot of money, but I bet you're going to pay for this somehow someday. I bet you anything. Let's go back over here. We're going to use the energy in the pod to get all these batteries made, and then we're going to wire them all together to make power cells, which will allow us to have a backup power supply for both our base and a backup power supply for the Cyclops, which I think is important at this juncture. So, my name is Splattercat. I will see you all in the next episode. Hi to everybody. I will see you there. It's been a blast. I really like this game, and I'm looking forward to exploring the depths in the next episode. Hopefully we can get it done. I'll see y'all there. Hi do.